quarterback in the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
down.
Watch him. He's going to set up. He's going to go for the. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CFSL, brought to you by PX1 Sports. It's partly cloudy with a light breeze, and it's 58 degrees here in Athens, Georgia, as they take on Clemson at home. My name's Morty, and I'm joined here by Valente. How we feeling, big dog?
I'm doing pretty good. We just wrapped up a very fun game to kick off the season here on YouTube. And we have a potential even better game to end off this Tuesday night.
Yeah, high hopes to follow up on a banger that we just saw, but with Georgia and Clemson up at the helm of the ship, I think that there's big potential here. Rivalry game.
William Owens, the impact player of the game for Clemson, the wide receiver, and the offense making their way to the field right now.
Lining up for their first play of the game. Clemson offense line up here. Looking for a big throw up middle. Able to find a couple of yards. Mike Wetzel on the 7-yard reception.
And that's the freshman tight end with his first catch of the game. The quarterback, Bojack Merriweather, a big guy, 285 pounds at quarterback.
And Bojack lining up yet again, looking for another throw, utilizing that cannon to throw one out to Michael Weston. That 7-yard reception yet again.
That's his first catch of the game, the sophomore from Alexander City, Alabama.
Almost halfway down the field is the 43-yard line. Bojack looking for another throw up the left side, and it's complete to Jason Johnson. That's a JJ with a 4-yard reception.
You know what they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. You get 4 yards every single time, you'll never leave the field.
Exactly, my man, exactly. Another good throw up right side. Gonna find that first down. Michael Weston fighting for his life there.
And he called himself Mr. First Down last season, and 2 catches, 2 first downs for him to start this game.
Living up to the name. High expectations there, and he's definitely succeeding with that. Good hands and good feet as well. He's making a name for himself. 3 receivers on the left side, but Bojack's going to hold on to it, but he's taken down to the backfield, 2nd and 12.
Clayton Cobb, the team captain for the Georgia Bulldogs, coming up the middle, laying the hit on Bojack Merriweather for a 2-yard loss.
On the right hash mark of the 48-yard line. They've officially passed the halfway mark, but there's still a lot of field to go through. Bojack fakes the handoff, trucks through one, but gets shut down by another. What a crazy hit.
And that is a big guy that you're trying to take down. He just stiff arms one and unfortunately still loses a yard. That is Dominic McKenzie on the big hit there.
Well, bad news is that he's heavy, but good news, he's top heavy. So you aim high, you're able to take him down pretty easy. 3rd and 13, Bojack steps back, finds a big throw up middle. JJ picks up another 7 yards. We're 4th and 6.
And a big hit there by Bo Martin, and this is going to get the Bulldogs the ball back.
Not exactly a 4th and out, but definitely stops them in their tracks. Georgia looking to get back onto the field with their first offensive drive of the season.
And they're going to start here around the 13-yard line after a decent punt.
A lot of bodies on the line of scrimmage. Let's see how they start their first run. Quick handoff takes them up middle. That's Ryan Hyman for a 20-yard rush.
That's the freshman. His first carry of his career is a big one. Great blocks up front, and he just finds the gap and for a huge 20-yard gain to open this drive.
1st and 10 after a humongous rush brings them to the 33-yard line towards the right hash mark. 2 receivers on the left side, stepping back into the pocket, looking for a quick throw up the left. Adam Styles picks it up for 3.
That's the former Tennessee receiver picked up in the 3-star draft for the Georgia Bulldogs with his first catch of the day.
Seth Chapman steps back. Big run up middle after a handoff to Lane Easton, who picks up 7 yards, 3rd and inches.
Yeah, they have a nice 1-2 punch out of the backfield with Rain and Easton. They like to call him the lane train.
All aboard the lane train. Hasn't taken off too far just yet, but a lot of green to be made up for. Faking the handoff, Seth Chapman holds onto it for a first down and runs upfield to fight for a little bit more, 15 yards on the rush.
Yeah, great blocks up front here. He just fakes out a couple of defenders, gets to the outside. Decent block by Aaron Highsmith, stiff arms the defender. And what a play that was for Chapman.
First down yet again for the Georgia Bulldogs, up the left hash mark, past the halfway mark of the field, the 43-yard line. Chapman fakes the handoff yet again, but the defense reads it quick. Seth Chapman taken down to the backfield, 2nd and 17.
And Brandon Webster with first contact, and he was brought down there by Cooper Young. Just a 7-yard loss, and that is going to be huge for this Clemson defense. You got to make those big plays on this side of the ball if you want to have a chance at winning this game.
50-yard line, direct middle of the field, left hash mark. Seth Chapman hands it off this time. A huge handoff takes Rain Hyman to the right side, but can't find any yards. 3rd and 17.
And Devin McGuire with the tackle at the line of scrimmage brings up 3rd and 17, 3rd and very long.
We're going to need a big rush. There may be an investment into the passing game if we want to get into the first down on the side of the Bulldogs. Chapman stepping back in the pocket, feels a little bit of pressure, goes to Aaron Highsmith, but can't quite find that first down.
Yeah, able to get a lot of it back, and this is kind of like no man's territory. They're going to go for it on 4th and 5.
Going for it this early is aggressive. I like it. I like this play style indeed. Big throw up right side, but it's intercepted. It's intercepted. Clemson have their hands on the ball, and they don't get too far with it, but I'll take it. That's a turnover.
Yeah, that is a huge play. Nicholas Francis with the pick there. And number 28 coming up big with a nice return there. Clemson able to get this one back after a really good Georgia Bulldogs drive.
Yeah, Chapman wanted to float that one over him, but I mean, the height on that guy is just, I mean, he's way too tall to be trying floaters for him. The long arms just let him hit that off easy as Bojack steps back onto the field, very comfortable in the pocket, decides to run out with it, sees a sea of green and decides to go for it, able to find 2nd and inches.
And that is a big bowling ball running the football there. And no one open. He's going to make his way up the field and takes a hit from Bo Martin. And one of the safeties, I believe, was Frankie Dawkins on the hit there as well.
Well, the bowling ball doesn't get a strike just yet. Maybe knocking down a couple pins, but a lot more bowling to go before we get a perfect 3. Bojack stepping back in the pocket yet again. Feels a little bit of pressure. Forced to throw it out. The pass is complete. Goes to William Owens for a first down. 12 yards on the reception.
He's one of the leaders of this offense for a reason. He's the guy you go to when your back's against the wall. A lot of pressure there on Bojack Mayweather. He had to deliver a strike.
More than halfway through the first quarter, Bojack holds on to the ball, able to shake off one defender. Another one trips him up past the 18-yard rush.
They had a shoestring tackle there by DeAndre Jackson, and that almost was bad for this Georgia defense. Luckily, able to save the touchdown, and Bojack, he's rumbling right now.
Rumbling and tumbling. The boulder of a man known as Bojack is making a name for himself in the first game of season 25. This time handing it off to T.D. Hurd for a 6-yard rush. 2nd and 4 is where Clemson stand.
T.D. Hurd was an All-American candidate last season as well, so they have a lot of pieces on this offense to go to work with.
A lot of pieces, but can they solve the puzzle? Bojack hands it off yet again. Up right side goes Johnny Cole for a 6-yard rush, able to find that first down.
That makes it first.
Yeah, move the chains, and over on Twitch we have a 6-yard touchdown pass to Quan King. As Texas is going to go up 7-0 on USC with 4:35 left in the first quarter.
Bojack stepping back in the pocket, feels pretty comfy, goes for a big throw. Jeff Smith gets his hands on the ball. That's the first touchdown of the night for Clemson.
7 for 7, 63 yards. Bojack Merriweather is going in and beating up on this Bulldogs defense at a huge play. Let's look at this one more time. He's going to find a little crease and just a great dart there from Merriweather.
perfect play there from Bojack and the rest of the Clemson offense, and a PT makes it successful. 7 points on the board for Clemson, and the Bulldogs need to find an answer. Going for the kickoff, Clemson handed their way to Georgia. Decided to run it upfield, able to get almost to the 30, but pushed back to the 25. Frankie Dawkins, 25-yard return.
And we know a little bit about this man, Frankie Dawkins, right? We were in the booth last season when he had that 2-touchdown game on special teams. He, an incredible returner, and this Clemson special teams unit has to respect that.
They put a lot of respect on that play. They knew exactly who that ball was going to, and they read it quick. Chapman holding on to it. Wait a minute, handoff before he goes down. Lane Easton not able to find any yardage off of it, though.
And Brandon Webster with the tackle for loss. He's going to pitch it here. And just a beautiful read there.
Beautiful read indeed. 2nd and 11, the left hash mark of the 27-yard line, and Seth Chapman hands it off. Goes to Lane Easton, a 3-yard rush, and the train isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
I'm going to take this time to talk about what Rob told me. His keys to victory, it starts up front. We want to control the clock, limit explosive plays, and force them into long downs.
And that's exactly what they're going for. Chapman back in the pocket. Big throw up left side. Aaron Highsmith gets his hands on the ball. 11-yard rush.
He also said on offense, it's about staying balanced and not giving them short fields with turnovers. Convert on 3rd down, and that's what they just did right there. Big conversion to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, it's good. Definitely 3rd downs have looked good so far for the Bulldogs. Offsides.
False start. Offense.
Oh!
Still 1st down.
1st and 15 after a false start call for the Bulldogs. I can promise you that Georgia's not happy about that one, especially not at home. The audience was not happy with that call, but Lane Easton's going to fight it and make up for those lost yards. 10-yard rush up the middle makes it 2nd and 5.
2nd and medium for this Bulldogs offense. They have a good drive going here so far.
The Bulldogs O-line looked good there too, providing a hole for Lane Easton to run up. And again, Seth Chapman makes his way upfield, able to just get shy of the 1st down range.
Yeah, very short 3rd down. They're 2 for 3 on 3rd down to start this game.
3rd and 1, halfway up the field at the 50-yard line, precisely. Left hash mark towards Seth Chapman, throws up right side, goes to Haas Carter for a 3-yard reception. That's 1st down.
The big tight end safety blanket, Haas Carter, he can make a play. All you got to do is just give him the ball and some space, and he'll make it work.
And that he did. Up left side, Seth Chapman looking for a handoff, fakes it, throws it way downfield, but pass is incomplete.
I saw the vision there, but he needed to set his feet. He got a little too frisky with it, throwing on the run and just across of his body.
It's all right. It's all right. These mistakes happen. Lane Easton gets the handoff, but not able to run upfield. He's taken down in the backfield. 3rd and 13.
Yeah, it's week 1. Nothing's going to be perfect. And you know what they say, it's always a crapshoot anyway. It's definitely not perfect, but you need to get something going quick if you want to keep yourselves in this game.
And with 3 on the right side, including that tight end, way back Seth Chapman steps, looks for a throw, but doesn't get too far upfield. Lane Easton picks up 4 yards, but 4th and 8 is not where Georgia wants to be.
And a big play. Clemson going to get this ball back in short field or probably a long field, depending on if they can punt this ball into the end zone. This is actually going to be a pretty short punt.
Doesn't go too far. Let's see where Clemson will be starting their next drive. Looks like the 25-yard line, the right hash mark, with 2 receivers on each side. That's big boy Bojack back there, the boulder of a man. Hands it off to Jeff Smith, but 3 yards on the reception.
And he got absolutely tattooed there by Frankie Dawkins, I believe that was. Yeah, look at that. 3 yards on the catch and a big hit at the end.
2nd and 7 is the move for the Clemson offense as they line up on the right hash mark, the left hash mark of the 27-yard line. Need to get those chains moving to get downfield. Bojack hands onto the ball, pitches it out to TD Hurd. Only 1 yard on the rush, though.
It was a good pitch. It would have been a loss if he didn't pitch it. So anytime you can get some positive yards, that definitely works.
2 receivers on the right side. Bojack able to find a big throw, a massive throw. Perfect spiral from the cannon. Goes straight to the hands of William Owens, who takes that bad boy to the house. That's a touchdown for Clemson.
An absolutely beautiful play. We're going to get another look at it, or maybe not. But he had a man all in his face, hit as he threw, and still delivered that scoring strike to William Owens.
Beautiful play from Clemson to put more points on the board. 2 touchdowns in, and we're not even done with the first quarter. Georgia about to get their hands back on the ball. That's Frankie Dawkins, the legendary return player, but not living up to his, that's Ray Iman. 24-yard return.
It looks like they're going to split returns as this Georgia Bulldogs offense makes their way back onto the field. Just a few seconds left in the first quarter.
Good spot to be for Georgia as they look to try and crawl their way back into this game. Handoff successful, but the rush can't be said the same. -1 yard for Lane Easton.
Yeah, and what a game this has been for Cooper Young in this first quarter. 3 tackles for loss. I mean, he's been meeting Lane Easton in that backfield and roughing him up a little bit.
One thing that has been apparent so far in the first quarter, Val, is that the Clemson defense, especially that D-line, has been in the gym. They have been working as we close out the first quarter. We'll be back in a moment. And back on the field is the Georgia Bulldogs offense. Seth Chapman and friends. Lane Easton back there in the backfield looking for a handoff, decides to hold on to it and runs up right side but gets sacked. 3rd and 17.
Levi Stark with the big play, able to set the edge here. He's going to see Chapman try and take off. He's going to disengage, and just a beautiful play brings up another 3rd and long for this Georgia offense.
Bad news for the Bulldogs, as if they haven't had enough bad news yet. 3 on the left side, but that will not stop their determination going forward. Nobody gives up that easy here in CFSL. Big throw up the middle goes to Haas Carter for a 21-yard reception.
And that's exactly what they needed to show, that they can get back from these long 3rd downs. And over on Twitch, we have a 6-yard touchdown run by Spunky Tolbert, and the Texas Longhorns are now up 17-3 on USC with 21 seconds left in the first.
After a big catch from Haas, they look to capitalize on that momentum. Chapman's got a couple options. Decides to go for the handoff, going up left side, able to find a good amount of yards. That's the Lane Terrain, who picks up 9 yards, just shy of a first down.
7 carries, 24 yards. They're here at midfield now. Probably the best drive of the day for the Bulldogs so far.
Chapman holding on to it, faking the handoff, gets pressured in the pocket. Good throw up right side. Ray Iman picks it up for a first down, 5-yard reception.
Yeah, don't force anything downfield. If you have your check down, just go to your check down. Move the chains, extend the drive, live to see another down. However you want to put it, they're keeping this drive alive.
Keeping the drive alive, just like you said earlier. Comments from the AD for the Bulldogs. Keeping the drive alive. Those 3rd down conversions are extremely important, as Lane Easton picks up 3 yards. 2nd and 7 is where we lie, the right hash mark of the 41-yard line. Another handoff going towards right side, but the defense from Clemson read that like a book. Lane Easton didn't get too far this time.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 here for the Bulldogs. They're 4 for 6 on 3rd down, and they got a 3rd and medium.
And 2 on the left, 1 on the right. It's Chapman stepping way back into the pocket, but he's feeling a little bit of pressure, forced to throw it away, and it's going to go to Ray Nyman. 22-yard reception. The Bulldogs are far from out of this game.
Yeah, what a play this was. He was on the run, too, and he just throws an absolute laser in between a defender, sandwiched there, but a huge game to keep this Bulldogs drive alive.
Yeah, that was a beautiful throw. It's going to keep them in this game. The 18-yard line, the right hash mark with 3 receivers on the left and 1 on the right. Seth Chapman looking for some options, and he found one. That's Jadon Charles for a 6-yard reception.
That's his first catch of the night. Now they're inching closer to that end zone.
Right hash mark yet again, closing in on end zone territory. We are just shy of 1st and goal, and the Bulldogs are well aware. Seth Chapman looking for a target. Target acquired. Wait a minute. Oh, that's an interception. Interception goes towards Clemson and running up the right side. Oh, no. Didn't get too far with the ball, but that's bad news. Just when the Bulldogs thought they were back in this, Clemson shut them down.
And it was a great drive in the Tennessee transfer. Lee Russ coming up big, stopping this Georgia momentum. Bend, don't break. And over on Twitch, we have a 17-yard touchdown run by the freshman Jake Williams as USC now trails Texas 17-10 with 8:37 left in the second quarter.
And Clemson offense back on the field. Bojack throws up to the left side. Michael Weston gets 2 yards on the reception, 2nd and 8.
Only a couple of yards there and a big hit at the end. Bojack and Merriweather 10 for 10, a perfect 10 for 10 so far.
Beautiful score line for the boulder of a man, Bojack Merriweather, on the left hash mark of the 35-yard line. They've got a lot of field to go through, but they've got no problem doing it. They've done it a couple times already tonight. They're going to continue to do so. Big throw up the right side. He's going to find them a 1st down and some change on top of that. Johnny Cole with the catch.
That's his first catch of the game. We saw him out of the backfield earlier. He was out of the backfield there too. And a huge catch as they get up past midfield to keep this drive going.
1st down yet again for the Clemson offense on the right side, the right hash mark of the 44-yard line. 3 receivers on the left side. Bojack's got options, and he just found one up the middle to Michael Wesson. Picks up a 10-yard reception. We're 2nd and inches.
Completely forgot to mention this, but Wetzel had a lot of praise for Georgia's AD, Rob, saying he had a great career as the assistant head coach with Auburn. I'll get to his keys to victory here in a second.
Bojack runs up the left side, decides to hold on to it, able to take down one, and a sea of black and red take down Bojack Merriweather. It takes more than one man to take down that boulder.
Yeah, that big boulder is rolling right now. He says the play calling, along with this excellent 2-headed monster that Rob has, is going to be the deciding factor. He says our defense is very young. We're going to have them step up.
Bojack tried to fake the handoff, but the defense from Georgia read that quick and shut him down fast.
And Wetzel says our defense is very young. We're going to have them step up while we need strong play out of our running back, TD Hurd, in our receiver room.
2 receivers on each side. Bojack runs upfield, holding on to a ball. He goes up left side, able to find 4 yards on the rush, but that just makes them 3rd and 5. There's plenty of field to go still as they line up on the 18-yard line, left hash mark. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on left, and Bojack looking for options. Play action moves tight end over to the left. Bojack looking for a target, but sacked in the backfield before he can find one. 4th and 12 is where Clemson lie.
Yeah, and he ran right into the loving arms, or not so loving arms, of Chris Leo. A huge play there by the Georgia defense, going to force a field goal attempt potentially out of the Tigers.
And lining back up this time, going for a field goal from the 25 left hash mark. Big kick. It's complete. Clemson picks up 3.
Lionel Johnson with the big kick there.
and he makes it work. Big play for Clemson, keeps them ahead, gives them a hearty advantage over the Bulldogs. But Frankie Dawkins and friends not giving up just yet. That's a 26-yard return as the Bulldogs offense return to the field.
Man, if I'm the Bulldogs, you need to get a score here towards the end of this half. Clemson started this game with the ball, so if you can get a score here, you can shift some momentum in your favor heading into that third quarter.
3 receivers on the right side, lining up at the 28-yard line, going for the handoff. That's Lane Easton with a 4-yard rush. Doesn't get too far, but 4 is better than nothing.
Yeah, you know what they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. Devin McGuire with the stop there.
And it looks like one receiver on the right side. Definitely an investment for Lane Easton, but it goes to Rain Ivan instead. 11-yard rush. That little guy's fast, man.
That he is, and I love to see this 1-2 punch out of this Georgia backfield. You know, they've been doing a really good job with the opportunities they've been given.
Yeah, strength and speed between Lane and Rain. I really like how they've got that dynamic duo back there. This time Lane Easton gets the handoff, 6-yard rush. Clemson need to do something about that running game.
Yeah, I can say this Georgia offense will be fun to call as long as you have Lane and Rain.
The Lane and Rain connection, but hasn't given them too many results just yet as they're down still 17 points. Looking for a rush upfield, Lane Easton only finding a few yards.
And Cooper Young on the stop brings up another 3rd and 1. Georgia 5 for 7 on those third downs.
3rd and 1. And Seth Chapman holding onto the ball, pitches it to the outside, and going upfield is Lane Easton for a 13-yard rush. Gives them that first down that they need.
Yeah, and that almost looked disastrous. Cooper Young with another tackle. Chapman almost brought down in the backfield, but able to get that pitch off in time for a huge gain.
First down for the Bulldogs. The right hash mark of the 35-yard line. Handoff goes to Rain Iman, but doesn't get too far. 1 yard on the rush.
And he's going to be brought down by Eric Belmont, his 5th stop of the night.
2nd and 9 towards the right hash mark yet again. Let's see what they can do. Seth Chapman looking for a target in the pocket. Target acquired. Big throw goes to Aaron Highsmith. Finds 8 yards, just shy of a first down.
Pretty solid season last season, and he's had a pretty solid game to start off tonight. 3rd and 1 once again.
3rd and 1, and handoff going out to Lane Easton for a 2-yard rush. That's enough to get them that first down.
They keep on moving the sticks. You got to keep the ball safe, though. Cooper Young with his 8th tackle of the night.
1st and 10. Seth Chapman in the backfield, sacked for 4 yards. Too much pressure in the pocket. He couldn't take it.
Yeah, ran right into the arms of Hunter Maddox, and you don't want to force anything there, so it's just good to take the sack and just protect the football.
2nd and 14 is now where Chapman and the rest of the Bulldogs offense will lie after a rough tackle there. Goodness. Left hash mark with 3 receivers on the right side. Seth Chapman looking for an opportunity to get back into this game. His hopes are far from down, and that is an incomplete pass. Stepping out of bounds, 3rd and 14.
He caught the ball, but just a step too far, and he was wide open there, but it brings up another 3rd and long.
3rd and 14. Looking for a target, has a little bit of pressure in the pocket, forced to throw it away, incomplete yet again. They're going to have to either field goal or punt this out.
Yeah, they're going to kick, and that was almost picked off there by Dante Terry.
From the 29, big kick, gives them 3. It's successful. Georgia are officially on the board.
And that's exactly what they need. If they can keep Clemson out of the end zone, they'll get the ball back, to start the next half, and they might have a chance to bring this into a 1-possession game.
Let's see what it takes to get them there. That's Dante Terry with a 28-yard return.
Look at William Owens, 2 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown. He had that big long reception and that touchdown catch earlier in the first quarter.
2 on the right, 2 on the left. Bojack's got options, and he is comfortable after how this game has been going in the first half. Curtis Secker with another tackle.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. That was Bojack Mayweather's first incomplete pass of the day.
Well, nobody's perfect. In the wise words of Hannah Montana, Bojack in the pocket, feeling a lot of pressure. Georgia's able to intercept that ball. Turnover goes towards the Bulldogs.
And that exactly is what they needed right there. Huge play by number 20, Kavon Winkler. They're going to have really good field position and a chance to score going into the half.
Humongous play for the Bulldogs to try and get them back into this game. The defense is doing their part as well to try and revive their chances at getting back on the board yet again. Chapman finds a big throw up the middle, and it's complete to Jadon Charles over all those bodies that surrounded him, though the pass is complete.
Yeah, great throw, great catch there by Jaden Charles, and moving the ball up the field, and they're close to scoring position here.
All they got to do from here is at least hold on to the ball, because even if they don't score here, they can at least get a field goal in. They might not get a touchdown, but there's one opportunity to get on the board here. Aaron Highsmith picks up a 7-yard reception, lining up for 2nd and 3 on the right hash mark, and we're rushing to get these plays in, trying to beat the clock out. The energy is here for the Bulldogs. They've never felt more alive. Seth Chapman holds on to the ball, but he's read like a book by the Clemson defense. Sacked in the backfield, 3rd and 4.
And they're going to call timeout. 7 for 10 on 3rd down. They have a 3rd and 4 here.
3 receivers on the right side. Chapman looking for a throw. Pressure in the pocket forces him to step out, but he's sacked yet again. 4th and 11. The O-line can't keep him alive.
The 2nd sack of the day for Levi Sark. Like Wetzel said, this defense looks really young, but they look really good so far tonight. And Georgia going to have another chance at a field goal. Put some more points on the board before half. You definitely wanted a touchdown, but you're not hating the idea of a nice kick here.
And from the 31, the right hash mark, let's see how this kick goes. Running out the clock. They don't want Clemson to score once they get their hands back on the ball. Give them a return, and that's it. That's all you want to give them to work with. So waiting out the clock is the smartest thing to do here as it ticks away 2nd by 2nd. 3, 2, 1. And the kick is successful. Now 6 points up. Georgia are getting closer and closer, step by step, clawing their way to the pedestal that Clemson stands on.
Chip away 1 point at a time if you need to.
And on the return is Samaj Williams. 33-yard return, but doesn't matter too much as we make our way into halftime. Clemson are still up 17, but Georgia found 6 points throughout the 2nd quarter. What do you think the Bulldogs need to be doing differently?
I think the Bulldogs need to do whatever they can to find their way into the end zone. The run game seems to be their bread and butter right now. Lane Easton and Rain Iman, you need to get them the ball. Do whatever it takes to keep pushing down the field. Put the ball in those guys' hands. Let them make the plays. You just need a touchdown to bring this back into a 1-possession game. You need to come out here. This momentum's in your favor. You got a big interception from Kavon Winkler to end the half. And now you just got to keep making those plays. The defense is showing up. The running backs are showing up. Keep proving your identity. And while we wait for this second half kickoff over on Switch, we have a 14-yard touchdown pass to Luther McDonald as Texas takes a 30-10 lead on USC with 1:55 left in the half.
As we are making our way back into this game, the Bulldogs are down, but most certainly not out. Faith is in the hands of the Bulldogs as they look to creep their way back in with Clemson up 11 points and kicking the ball off to the Bulldogs. Let's see how this return goes. That is a decent return. Gets them in a decent spot to start off the drive, but not too far.
And if you look at this, it seems like a close game. They're close in yards. Georgia even has more first downs. But Georgia needs to push the ball downfield and get into the end zone.
A lot of bodies on the line of scrimmage. Seth Chapman fakes the handoff, decides to run up the left side down the straight middle of the field, able to find 13 yards on the rush. That's a first down.
And that's exactly the play you needed to start this half. Eric Belmont credited with the stop after the first down run.
First down in the middle of the field, straight middle. And the Bulldogs looking to capitalize, faking the handoff. Seth Chapman's going to hold on to it, but he gets tripped up before he can get too far. That's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Belmont again, and look at the Clemson defense. They just ate that one alive, and you see one of the defenders staying on the pitch back there, so they just had that covered every way.
On the left hash mark, the 42-yard line, Seth Chapman hands it off, but reading that handoff like a book, Lane Easton gets taken down in the backfield. The Clemson defense knows exactly what Georgia Bulldogs are up to.
And there's the Tennessee transfer once again. Lee Russ taking down Lane Easton in the backfield. Georgia 7 for 11 on third down, and they're getting comfortable with these long third downs.
Let's see how comfortable they are with 2 receivers on each side. Chapman looking for a target, forced to throw it out, and it does go to Lane Easton, but no yards found afterwards. 4th and 19. They're going to have to punt this away.
Yeah, not too comfortable apparently, and Sir Hammer bringing the hammer on that hit there. 4th and 19. They're going to have to punt this one back.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to have to do. I don't see any other option but to try and make it as hard as possible for Clemson to score and to give the Bulldogs defense as much breathing room as possible. The punt goes out at the 28, and Dante Terry gets 12 yards on the return. Not too far, but a good space overall for Clemson to start their drive.
Yeah, they're going to start this on the 41-yard line, arguably their best starting field position of the day.
2 receivers on each side. Bojack, extremely quick throw out to left. Jeff Smith picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, dangerous throw almost, and he's able to catch that one and get a few yards out of it. 4 yards per play. You'll never leave the field.
You'll never leave the field. 2nd and 6 is where Clemson will be at the left hash mark of the 46-yard line. Starting their drive, Bojack fakes the handoff, quick throw up the middle. It's incomplete though, 3rd and 6.
And knocked away there by Bo Martin. And over on Twitch, we have a 2-yard touchdown pass to Quan King. That's his 2nd of the night. Texas now leads 37-10 with 39 seconds left in the half.
Bojack stepping way back up left side. TD Hurd picks up 3 yards, but they're 4th and 3. Amazing 4th and out. That is huge for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and this Georgia defense is coming through the clutch again, and this is going to be a solid punt return and a big hit at the end.
Ray Nyman with 11 yards on the return. It looks like the Bulldogs are catching their 2nd win. Clemson might be running out of gas soon. 3 receivers on the right side, and that tight end hanging out as well. Handoff goes. That looks like Ray Nyman on the rush. That's Lane Easton, 11 yards for a first down.
Continue to put the ball in your back's hands. They're giving you your best plays of the day. Lane Easton and Ray Nyman.
Back on field for a first down. Seth Chapman runs up left side, and he gets shut down by a whole lot of defenders. -1 yard.
Yeah, he got swarmed by a bunch of Tigers. Benny Johnson credited with the tackle for loss. 1 yard loss. Look at this. Shrugs one, shrugs another, then finally brought down for a loss of 1.
Ouch. bad news for the Bulldogs. Didn't get too far with that one, but a couple more plays within this drive. Let's see if they can find a first down and move those chains. Seth Chapman hands it off, running upfield, only to find nothing but grass. He's put down quick. Lane Easton picks up 2 yards.
And that's a great job by the Clemson defense. Lee Russ on the stop there.
And continuing to go forward are the Bulldogs, picking up yards little by little. 3rd and 8 is where they stand. One of the Clemson defenders try to rush on the backside, but doesn't work out. The pass goes to, but incomplete. Lee Russ swaps it down.
Yeah, guess who? Lee Russ playing lights out in his first game in a Clemson uniform.
Playing his butt off, proving his worth to the Clemson team. And running upfield is Dante Terry with the 10-yard return as Clemson get their hands back on the ball. Georgia Bulldogs couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, good field position here for the Tigers starting this drive at around the 36-yard line.
And running back up yet again, TD Hurd, -3 on yards.
And that's the sophomore Bo Martin with this first tackle for loss of the night. Huge play is going to bring TD Hurd down in the backfield. A good job there by the sophomore.
That is a lot of bodies on the line of scrimmage for the Clemson offense. Bojack throws one up right side, but it goes incomplete. That's only his 4th one of the night.
Yeah, almost picked off once again there by Winkler. He's been reading Bojack Merriweather all night long. The 3rd and 13 here for the Tigers.
Right hash mark of the 34. Bojack steps way back. He feels the pressure in the pocket. Barely gets the ball out. TD Hurd picks it up, finds 10 yards, but can't quite get a first down out of it. 4th and 4 is where they stand.
And a great play there by the Georgia defense. They're going to get this ball back once again.
The offense is doing their best, but the Bulldogs giving the defense giving the offense as much breathing room as possible. That's Rain Iman with a 12-yard return. Not the best starting position, but I'll take it.
Yeah, up past the 30, you just got to keep moving this ball downfield.
On the left side, one receiver and a lot of bodies on the line of scrimmage. The handoff is complete to Lane Easton, but not positive on yardage. 2nd and 12.
Eric Belmont with his 8th tackle of the game, 2nd for loss. I mean, he's been going to town on Lane Easton.
Going to town indeed. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on left. Seth Chapman's got options for the passing game, but he's going to choose to hand off yet again. The Clemson defense are reading it like a book. We need to change up our plays.
That brings up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd and 10, and you're most likely going to pass the ball here. But this Clemson defense knows exactly what's coming, and you got to just switch things up.
Chapman looking for a throw. Pressure in the pocket forces him to throw it away quick. Almost got intercepted, but decided to slap it down instead. Georgia offense just can't seem to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, dangerous throw. Sir Hammer, the one batting that one down. And Clemson going to get this ball back. I feel like Clemson's been giving Georgia a lot of opportunities to fight their way back into this game. Georgia just can't capitalize right now.
Clemson have their hands back on the ball. Dante Terry with a 13-yard return.
A solid return and even better field position.
Field position being the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 towards the right hash mark. Big throw up left side. Bojack gets it. Oh, it's incomplete. Doesn't work out.
And a great play there by Ember Sky, I believe, was the one that knocked that one away.
And 2 receivers on each side. Bojack fakes the handoff. Throws up right side. 3rd and 10.
And Mike Lowry in coverage. Another 3rd and 10. Clemson 1 for 5 on 3rd downs here tonight.
2 on each side. Bojack's got options for the passing game. Comfy in the pocket. Finds a target on right side. Able to fight for that first down is Jason Johnson, JJ, with a 17-yard return.
He just checks it down. There's a lot of open space. All you got to do is just run in a straight line past those sticks. Good block there. And a solid gain up past midfield to move the chains.
First down in the third quarter, less than 4 minutes left, and the clock is ticking. But Clemson are not stressed out. They are in control of this game by a mile and then some. Big throw up middle goes to Michael Wesson for an 8-yard reception, 2nd and 2.
A good slant, keeping this drive alive, keeping it pushing up to about the 32-yard line.
3 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Play action moves one over. Bojack decides to run upfield. 3-yard rush gets him that first down.
And another big running play there by Bojack Merriweather, and Clayton Cobb credited with the tackle.
First down. Looking for a target. Bojack finds Jason Johnson yet again. What a reliable receiver.
Yeah, they have a lot of reliable receivers here on this offense. He's 18 for 24. Pretty sure he's hit like 5 or 6 different guys.
Bojack back in the pocket yet again. Feels comfy. He's got all day. A little bit of pressure. Forces the throw now. TD Hurd, 4-yard reception. We're 3rd and inches.
Yeah, he's extending his arm out there, making this a very, very short 3rd down.
And Bojack lining up. 3 receivers on the right side. Looking for a throw yet again. Big throw down the right. It's complete. Amazing play. Keeps that drive alive. Mike Wetzel with a reception.
That's the freshman getting it done, extending this drive. They're at about the 12-yard line right now, getting close to scoring territory.
Faking the handoff. Bojack steps in the pocket yet again. Finds a target in the end zone. Jason Johnson, the go-to guy, gets them a touchdown. Another one for Clemson.
And he's been coming up big here on this drive. The 4-star freshman coming up big once again to get them into the end zone and extend this lead.
24 points on the scoreboard, and Georgia are only at 6. This is going to be a long game if Bulldogs want to get back into this, but Clemson better not get too comfy because we're not even in the 4th quarter yet. Frankie Dawkins with an 18-yard return.
A solid return, but Georgia needs to be on go mode starting right now if they want to fight their way back into this one.
Over on the Twitch, we've got a 10-yard touchdown pass to Quan King. Lining up back on the ball, the Georgia Bulldogs offense going for a handoff, but Lane Eason shut down quick, standing right over him, one of the defenders.
And like you said, 10-yard touchdown pass to Quan King. That's his 3rd touchdown of the night. And the Longhorns are up 44-10 on number 3 USC. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's been a dominating night here at CFSL to open up season 25. Chapman stepping way out of the pocket and throws that one at one of the cheerleaders.
Yeah, signed that one and threw it into the first row. Tried to get a girl's number, something like that.
Hey, it's not easy getting played nowadays. You got to take some risky plays. So Chapman feeling himself as he throws one up the middle. Aaron Highsmith with a 26-yard reception.
Yeah, speaking of risky plays, that's one right there. He just floats that one over the middle, hits Highsmith in the hands, and boom. Huge play. Brandon Webster credited with the tackle.
And Highsmith's been a good player. I think that he deserves a little bit more love. They've been so invested in this run game. I think Highsmith should get a little bit more love than he's had. I mean, he's definitely had a couple receptions in this game so far. Let's give him a little bit more to work with. Chapman steps out of the pocket and runs up the left side. He doesn't go for just a first down. He's looking for more. He sees the end zone, but he's just shy of it. 43-yard rush for Chapman.
We're going to get another look at this one. Fakes it out right there. Good block by big number 71. Just a lot of green grass and one man to beat. Unfortunately, not able to do it. The touchdown saving tackle, Eric Belmont, but Georgia in good position to score now.
1st and goal for the Bulldogs. This could be their first touchdown of the night. They're just getting their 2nd win. Bulldogs say we're just getting started. Chapman fakes the handoff, runs on the outside, tries to speed through 4 defenders, but he's put down quick.
And a big tackle here by Lee Russ once again, his 6th tackle of the night. He's just been huge for this Clemson defense.
2nd and goal yet again. Right next to the end zone. The Bulldogs are dreaming of victory, but let's see if they can make that dream come alive. Yes, they can. Frankie Dawkins gets his hands on the ball in the end zone, putting up 6. Touchdown for the Bulldogs.
We know him as a free safety. We also know him as a kick returner, but I did not know that this man also played wide receiver. My God. That was a heck of a play for Seth Chapman and Frankie Dawkins to get on the board here. That's Georgia's first touchdown of the season.
13 up now. Georgia are just shy of a one-possession game, but Clemson are about to get their hands back on the ball. We need the Bulldogs defense to come in clutch if we're hoping for a comeback story. Let's see if Clemson will let that happen. Dante Terry with an 18-yard reception.
He's brought down there by Dominic McKenzie, and short kickoff. This one's going to start at the 18.
The 18-yard line, the right hash mark, with Bojack having a lot of options as far as the passing game goes. Very comfortable in the pocket. Big throw up the middle. Jeff Smith gets his hands on the ball. 19-yard reception.
And a big catch there off the play action from Merriweather. We're going to get another look at this one. It's a good route by Smith. Not a ton of separation, so just a good throw by Merriweather, fitting that one in there.
First down yet again for the Clemson offense, with 3 receivers on the left side, 1 on right. And Bojack's got plenty of targets to work with yet again. Very comfortable in the pocket. Jason Johnson gets a 7-yard reception. We're 2nd and 3.
That's his 6th catch of the night, and he keeps coming up big every single time they call his name.
Looking quite spiffy. The Clemson offense reminding the Bulldogs why they're ahead on the scoreboard right now, trying to put them back in their place. They're doing a hell of a job of it. Each pass is just so good from Bojack. That cannon is working out well. Here's another example. Big throw up the middle. William Owens gets his hands on the ball. 8-yard reception. Another first down to keep this drive going.
Yeah, he's been kind of silent in this second half, but there he is once again moving the chains. Clayton Cobb credited with the stop there.
And with one more play left for the third quarter, not going to be able to snap the ball in time. Third quarter's wrapped up with Clemson at 24 points and Georgia only at 13. They've got a couple more touchdowns needed to get back into this game. Let's see if they can do it as we wrap up the third quarter. Folks, we are in the fourth quarter of Clemson up against the Georgia Bulldogs at home. Bojack going for a big throw up left side, but gets deflected away.
Yeah, get those 4s up in chat. Dominic McKenzie with a big play. They need to keep making these plays if they want to get back into this game.
Put 4 fingers in the air, because this is where the Bulldogs have their last opportunity to maybe take down the demons known as Clear. If they've got what it takes, are they getting gassed out or are they just coming alive? Bojack in the pocket gets a big throw out. On the reception is Michael Wesson. Good Lord, what a throw.
6 catches for 66 yards, and it looked like Dominic McKenzie just over pursued that one a little bit, left him wide open for that catch.
Wide open as Bojack goes for a handoff this time, and running upfield is Johnny Cole. Only a few yards though.
Yep, 4 yards every time, and you'll never leave the field, but they're getting close to the end zone here.
3 on the right, 1 on left towards the left hash mark of the 6-yard line. Bojack doesn't get the pass complete though, 3rd and 6.
Clayton Cobb was the one that popped that one free there. Clemson 4 for 8 on 3rd down, and they have a big 3rd and 6 here.
Only a few yards needed, and Clemson will put another 6 back up on the board. Big throw off to the right side is complete, but TD Hurd can't find yards to follow. 4th and 5 is where Clemson sit.
Only a 1-yard gain, and Clemson going to kick this one. We'll keep it a 2-possession game, but a 14-point lead if they can make this.
And the kick is successful. 27 Clemson have now, and Georgia and their comeback game have just become a little bit harder. The difficulty has been raised. Let's see if Georgia Bulldogs can handle it. On the return is Frankie Dawkins with 27 yards, putting them in a decent field position, but still a lot of field to go for the Bulldogs offense.
Behind 2 possessions with 7.5 minutes.
And a handoff from Seth Chapman goes up the left side. Lane Easton only finds 1 yard.
And they need to put the ball in their receivers' hands. You got to abandon that run game at this point.
We've got to figure something out if the Bulldogs want to get back in this game. 7 minutes on the clock, and Seth Chapman's holding on to the ball, running up right side, able to shake off one defender, but another one trips him up. That's a first down, though.
You know, they're trying to keep the defense on their toes here, and that was a good run there by Seth Chapman.
And a big throw from Seth Chapman. Goes out to the right side, but it is incomplete.
And a good play there by this Clemson defense brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 on the right hash mark. Bulldogs have more than half the field to go. Going for a stiff arm, but that arm isn't stiff enough to shake off that defender. Lane Easton only picks up 1 yard.
And a 3rd and long again for the Bulldogs. They're 8 for 15 on 3rd downs tonight.
1 receiver on each side. That's 2 on left. And Chapman looking for a target. Target acquired, and it goes incomplete yet again. The passing game, I guess, just isn't working.
Now that one ripped away by Cooper Young, who's had one heck of a day. 11 tackles, 4 of those for loss.
Chapman going for a throw, fakes it, fakes the handoff, running upfield himself, fights for 4 yards, and you'll never leave the field with 4.
That brings up 2nd and 6. Lee Russ credited with that tackle.
3rd and 2nd and long. Looking for a oh, wait a minute. Pitches it off to the outside, and Lane Easton gets his hands on the ball. That's a first down.
And they're keeping the defense on their toes with these runs. You know, you would think that they would call them a little bit less with the time running like this.
2 receivers on the right. Georgia could be going for a big throw here. Chapman fakes the handoff, but the Clemson defense reads it like a book. Only 1 yard found for Seth Chapman.
And that's a big hit at the end of the play. Beautiful hit there.
That is the worst kind of hit that you want your quarterback to take out of all players, right? That's the guy you got to keep in this game. Seth Chapman, the navigator for the ship known as the Bulldogs, fakes the handoff, runs outside yet again. You weren't expecting it twice. Seth Chapman's able to find first down.
You gotta give credit to these blockers up front. They're making a lot of room for Seth Chapman to work.
And close and closer to the end zone. Chapman hands off the ball, able to shake off a couple defenders there. The lane train has just left the station.
2nd and 1. They're inching closer to the end zone. Brandon Webster credited with the tackle.
2 receivers on the left side. Another handoff going out, and that's Ryan Iman, but no yards found on the rush. 3rd and 1 is where they lie.
And Ty Ford credited with the tackle. 3rd and 1, 3rd and short for the Bulldogs.
3 receivers on the right, 1 on left, the left hash mark of the 9-yard line. And Seth Chapman, it's James Tong on a rush.
That's the cornerback actually coming in on the run. Eric Belmont with his 10th tackle of the night.
This could be another opportunity to score. Bulldogs hoping with a lot of prayer. Lane Easton picks up another touchdown for the Bulldogs.
And that's exactly what they needed. Get into the end zone, make it a 1-possession game. Now, kick this PAT through, make it a 7-point game, and hope for the best with your defense.
27-20. This has officially become a one-possession game. All they need is one good drive, and the Bulldogs could take control of this game. But Clemson just got their hands back on the ball. Dante Terry with a 24-yard reception.
A solid kick return, and get some highlights here. Jeff Smith with the catch, and there's the William Owens touchdown right here. The quick start that Clemson got off to, and Georgia fighting their way back into it. It's a really good game here. Really good defensive game, if you will. Merriweather 26 for 34, 310, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Let's see if Clemson can put this game on ice.
Clemson need to bleed the clock out, but the Bulldogs are looking to strip the ball. Interceptions, anything to get a turnover their way. A good run upfield. T.D. Hurd picks up 1 yard.
And Bo Martin credited with the tackle there, his 5th of the game.
Instead of bleeding out the clock, Clemson want to go for another touchdown. They want to score quick. T.D. Hurd picks up 5 yards on the rush. We're 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and that's what you need to put this game on ice. You got to get down the field, get a few first downs, maybe even score. Clemson 4 for 9 on 3rd down.
Clemson wants to gas out the Bulldogs. Just a couple minutes left in the 4th quarter. That is a huge run up the right side. T.D. Hurd with a 9-yard reception gets them another first down.
And a good screen there. That's the first down they needed. Now they just need to keep bleeding the clock.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. Less than 3 minutes left. Handoff going up the right side, the outside. Johnny Cole with a 6-yard rush.
A good carry there for Cole. They're closer to midfield and a 2nd and 4 here.
And 2 receivers on left, 2 receivers on right. Bo Jack has got options. What's he going to go with? He wants to hold on to the ball, but the D-line from the Bulldogs won't let him go too far.
And a huge play there by the Georgia defense. We're going to see them start using their timeouts. This could be it right here.
Looking for a throw. 2 minutes left in this game. Oh my God, humongous throw, but he just stopped in place. William Owens was so shocked that he caught that he just stood there. 48-yard reception, and Clemson are 1st and goal. They want to put the final nail in the coffin for Bulldogs' first victory in week 1 of season 25. Bojack runs to the outside, but he gets taken down at the backfield, -4.
Yeah, they're in territory for a field goal, so they don't need a touchdown, and a field goal pretty much puts this game on ice. They're going to try and bleed the clock out.
Running upfield, T.D. Hurd with a 5-yard rush, and it might not have gotten him too far, but it is going to keep that clock ticking. 3rd and goal.
Bo Martin credited with the stop, and Georgia out of timeouts, and Clemson just going to continue to watch Georgia's life in this game tick away.
1 minute left and a bit of change on top of that. One more handoff going to T.D. Hurd. 3-yard rush just shy of the end zone. They're 4th and goal.
Yeah, they're going to kick it here.
That they are. Everyone's in position, waiting out the clock. 20 seconds left. And there's not much that Georgia can do unless they can somehow stop this kick from going through. Then Clemson are officially going to rule Georgia out of this game. 8 seconds left, ticking down to 5. And Georgia will have less than 30 seconds left to work with after this field goal goes through. It's successful. Clemson puts 30 on the board. Georgia have not much opportunity left to work with.
Well, Ben is right in the chat. It's not over yet. They could get a touchdown and an onside kick. It's very unlikely, but it is possible.
But it doesn't happen here. 24 seconds left. Maybe 1 or 2 more plays before Georgia can officially kiss this game goodbye. 2 on right, 1 on left. Chapman looking for a final opportunity. A final throw goes up the left. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
And they're going to need a big play, and they're going to need it really, really fast.
20 seconds left. 2nd and 10. 3 receivers on the right side. Chapman hoping for one final answer. Aaron Highsmith, 7-yard reception, 3rd and 3, with the rushing back on the play as the clock ticks down. One more play, but we're going to call it there.
Gonna spike it there. 4th and 3. They're going to go for this one.
Hail Mary opportunity here. Seth Chapman, one more play could get them back in this. Big little throw up the middle, shakes off one defender, but taken down by another. Lane Easton's negative on yardage, and the Clemson defense just won't quit.
And that is going to be ball game. Bojack Merriweather, all he has to do is come out and kneel the ball down, and that is going to be it. Clemson opening up season 25 with a victory over the Bulldogs.
As the clock is not ticking, all Bojack's got to do is kneel, and that he does. That's going to wrap up our games for tonight. Clemson and Georgia. Clemson's up 10 points, 30-20, and the Bulldogs just couldn't quite find their comeback opportunity.
Yeah, and it was a great game. They started off hot. It slowed down. The Georgia defense kept them alive. They needed a couple of more of those opportunities on offense if they wanted to keep themselves in it. But a good game all around. Congrats to Logan Wetzel and Clemson for their first win on the season.
Quick shout out to my executive producers here, Mike Peters and Austin Crow, for putting this whole thing together for us. My broadcast partner, Valente, as well, for joining me. Thank you, my friend. And most importantly, thank you to the viewers joining us here on the YouTube for CFSL, brought to you by PX1 Sports. We'll have more games for you tomorrow at 6:30 Central Sharp, and don't miss it. You do not want to, I promise me.